To get a deeper glance at what Masons are taught in the 12th and 20th degree, what we'll do is look at The Authority of All Masonic Literature, Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike. In this book, one will find a complete layout of the Scottish Rite infrastructure. Each degree is given a lesson plan, a study guide, if you will, to what the occult label as finding greater enlightenment. So let's check out this lesson plan and see if we, in all actuality, have been given the same. Before we dive into this book, before we dive into Morals and Dogma, what I want to do is remind you what the Masons teach. Remember, they believe that Lucifer is God. They believe that Lucifer is the God of light, the God of good. And that he is at war with Adonai, or Adonai. And that Adonai, the God of the Christians, is the God of darkness. Remember that. This is what the Masons teach. That they teach this flip philosophy. The best way to describe this flip philosophy to you is a song that was created by an artist by the name of Pastor Troy. A lot of people in the South know who Pastor Troy is. He made a song back in the day called Vice Versa. It was off his Face Off album. And it stated, what if heaven was hell and vice versa? What if Jesus was Satan? What if Satan was Jesus? If you've never heard this song, don't go look at it, because it is pure Satanism. It is pure Luciferian doctrine at its best, at its finest. But what he did in this song was present that to us. And this is the doctrine that the Masons believe. So when we read Morals and Dogma, when we study these quotes from Morals and Dogma, remember that everything that they say is actually vice versa. Everything that they say is actually flipped. What sounds good is actually evil. So we must look at it in that state, in that frame of mind, in that state of mind. That nothing seen on the outside is what it is on the inside. Remember that. It's a vice versa mentality. In writing to the Grand Master Architect, Albert Pike gives this short quote in his book Morals and Dogma on page 115, and it reads as thus: the pressure of some great emergency would develop in us powers beyond the worldly bias of our spirits. So what Albert Pike is saying is this, that we as individual members of the human family have powers, and that these powers can only be developed by the pressure of some great emergency. And that when these powers are developed within us, they will catapult us beyond all worldly bias. Bias simply means my tendency to move in one direction, your tendency to pull in the other direction. So worldly bias is the tendency of the world to pull in separate directions, like race, like politics, like religion, etc., etc. So these powers will bring us beyond the point of worldly bias to a place of oneness. One world race, a one world political system, a one world religion. Yes, a one world order. On that same page we find this quote as well. And it is one part of Masonic culture to find these traits of power and sublime devotion, to revive these faded impressions of generosity and self-sacrifice, and to induce us to yield ourselves to their guidance and control. So, if these powers can only be revived by the pressure of some great emergency, and if it's on the part of Masonic culture to revive these powers, that means, yes, it is on the part of Masonic culture to bring about the pressure of some great emergency. Yes, it's on the part of Masonic culture to induce us, to lead, to persuade, to prevail on, to influence us, to yield to the guidance and control of these powers due to the pressure of some great emergency.